여러분을 해치려는 게 아닙니다.
Season 1 of the masterful Korean thriller Squid Game introduced the capitalist hellscape that made its macabre field day activities possible. Season 2 is seemingly meant to parse through the complexities of that cutthroat terrain. As we follow reluctant winner Song Gi-hun back into the arena,
이건 그냥 게임이 아닙니다.
the atmosphere is charged by interactions that muddle any prior notion of hero versus villain or right versus wrong. Expanded backstories and complicated, harshest reality. As easy as it is to blame a faceless machine for everything that's wrong with the world, no machine works without the cogs that keep it running. With a much leaner 7-episode run at his disposal, creator, writer, and director Hwang Dong-hyuk explores the layers of this universe with rich storytelling. Along with Squid Game's talented cast, he digs into why any reasonable person would feed themselves into this machine's gears. Still traumatized from the events of Season 1, the newly rich Gi-hun refuses to disappear into a life of luxury. We learn that he's invested 3 years and his own cash into a private search for the game's magnetic recruiter, played by Gong-yu. Gi-hun is convinced that ending him would end the games. We also learn the recruiter's unsettling backstory, which offers the grim perspective of someone wholly blinded by his allegiance to these games.
저랑 게임 한번 하시겠습니까?
This mainly gives Gong-yu the space to be less stoic and more of a terrifying arbiter of corporate injustice. Not only does he make a worthy adversary for Lee Jung-jae's more grounded but equally intense Gi-hun, he's also a conduit for some of the season's most creative moments of tension and breathtaking cinematography. The recruiter's story makes up most of the first episode, a departure from how quickly Season 1 got to the games, but this isn't cause for alarm. Despite taking place entirely in the outside world, the first 2 episodes are so loaded with anxiety-inducing pressure points that even a game of rock, paper, scissors in a darkened building can become nightmare fuel. Yes, the games are an obvious centerpiece, but this thoughtful, more leisurely journey to them proves that Squid Game's biggest draw is its world building. When we do eventually return to the Squid Game, we meet a legion of new players. A former YouTuber in trouble for slinging faulty crypto, his pregnant and savvy ex,
준이야, 너가 왜 여기 있어?
네가 나한테도 사라고 했어. 고해.
a mother-son duo looking to collectively pay off gambling debt, a young former Marine, and a menacing former shaman.
456번.
9천을 떠도는 사람들의 원혼이 네 머리 위에 앉아 있어.
While some feel more like archetypes than fully fleshed out characters, Kang Hae-shim's Jung Geum-ja stands out. More than a doting mom, Geum-ja often leans on her hard-knock upbringing to draw immeasurable strength for herself and the ragtag bunch of players she adopts as her own family. Other competitors might underestimate the older woman in their midst, but she proves them wrong with fierce conviction and a strong resolve. Also among the ensemble are 2 rather high-profile additions. Park Sun-hoon plays Hyun-ju, a former Special Forces soldier and transgender woman who enters the games to earn funding for gender-affirming surgery. Worth noting, Park is a cis man. Hwang said he had difficulty finding an out trans actress in Korea and chose Park for the role rather than cutting this important storyline. Hyunju is sharp, compassionate, capable, and complicated. A fully realized person with her own incredibly valid motivations who's treated with notable care by Park and Hwang. Another headline-grabbing choice, Choi Sung-young, aka revered once underground South Korean rapper Top. He plays, well, a revered underground rapper named Thanos.
Bad, you know, Chow. I'm a legend, Thanos.
Thanos is a lightning bolt of chaos in an already electric environment, and Choi plays him with pitch-perfect physical comedy, rage, and tragic recklessness. It's a match made in hell through and through. Though Thanos isn't without his own sobering baggage, making him just as easy to pity as he is to fear.
Let's go!
There are new games and the return of one daunting bloodfest. But truthfully, they all take a backseat to a new unnerving wrinkle: democracy.
But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty!
Voting played a small role in Season 1, But each one of Season 2's games is punctuated by a chance for the surviving players to end the contest and walk away with an even share of the prize money, with a majority vote. Of course, as the body count grows, so does the size of those shares. Here, Huang best blurs the lines between us versus them, which are no longer restricted to the players and their overseers. It also means roles are constantly adjusting. While the players may not have guns, they're armed with their own personal motives, strategic stories, and a vote that dictates everyone's chances at survival.
Survivors ready.
It's a game within the game, and it provides the chance for everyone to indulge their killer instinct, even those who seem to mean well. This development is almost uncomfortably timely following the recent US presidential election, but it also cleverly illustrates how the games sow division and how tough choices change our perceptions of other people.
이러다 정말 다 죽어요.
그런 놈이 여길 왜 다시 기어들어와?
Before, it was much easier to tell when the games were in session. Now, not so much. Squid Game trusts us to navigate this more nuanced story, and it's rewarding. As we watch this heightened depiction of the economic and political forces that dictate our everyday lives, we're challenged to pinpoint how we'd survive in such a thorny universe. Squid Game finds its second wind by exploring the complex layers of a deadly system. Storytelling continues to be the series' strongest asset, and a leaner season helps to focus energy on a more nuanced approach to this expanding fictional universe. Season 2's framework is a natural breeding ground for new characters and deeper backstories with Gong-gyu, Kang Ye-shim, Park Sung-hoon, and Choi Sung-kyung joining Lee Jong-jae as cast standouts. Most importantly, these 7 episodes continue to be a cleverly gripping reflection of the world around us, one with plenty left to say.